It's finally here, guys, the car you've all been waiting for, the locally assembled Proton X70. And yes, that's a cat admiring the car. Hi guys, it's Woon from AutoBuzz.my. We're here in Kuantan today for an exclusive first drive of the 2020 Proton X70. On this first drive, we'll find out what's changed and what's new in this 2020 model. Okay, let's start with a quick overview of the exterior for the 2020 Proton X70. So in terms of styling, nothing much has really changed, other than the new logos on the front grills as well as on the wheels. Since this is a Premium X variant, you get the LED headlights with daytime running lights, as well as the 19-inch wheels. The car that we have here is also finished in the new space grey body colour, and it has a slight tinge of purple to it. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. It's a pretty cool colour. It's only available on the locally assembled Proton X70. Over at the rear, it is pretty much identical to what we had before it, but Proton has added a new function to the 2020 Proton X70, and it is this, a powered tailgate. The power tailgate on the Premium X variant also comes with a foot detection switch, so if you go like this, it should pretty much open the tailgate, and there you go. So the foot switch actually works both ways to both open and close the tailgate. The interior of the 2020 Proton X70 is also pretty much the same as before, other than this new logo on the steering wheel, as well as that new gear stalk over there. That is the result of the new DCT gearbox. And now in the X70, only the Premium X variant gets the panoramic sunroof. Other than these changes, you pretty much can't tell the car apart from its predecessor. But man, this new colour is really starting to grow on me. What do you think? We are seated in the driver's seat of the locally assembled X70. And hi Adrian.
Hi Woon.
Welcome back to the channel.
Feels very familiar.
Very familiar. Yeah.
Matthew, are you watching?
So the new locally assembled X70 comes with Geely's new 7-speed dual clutch transmission. So obviously now, since we are joining the highway, let's just try how's the pickup like. So I'm everything in normal, normal driving mode, normal transmission mode, and I'm just gonna floor it. Yep, so this is what Proton said is the third generation of the 1.8 turbo engine, and according to official numbers, there's 300 Nm of torque. As a result of that, together with the new 7-speed gearbox, 0 to 100 times actually reduced from 10.5 seconds to 9.5 seconds.
Right.
So actually 1 second reduction is quite a significant number.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, I think it's very unnecessary because it's an SUV. Why do you go that quick?
Exactly. But I guess if there's one thing to learn from probably Jeremy Clarkson, is more power is never a bad thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But on the topic of power, if you notice that the transmission is not geared for outright performance.
Yeah, that's what I felt also driving on the highway. So the shifts are slow, even if you put it into manual mode. When you shift down, it takes about half a second to react to your inputs.
A bit longer than what you expected, right?
Yeah, so if you're used to driving, like let's say a Volkswagen DSG, it's not what you're gonna...
Those are lightning quick.
Yeah.
This feels more like a torque converter automatic.
Yeah, so that's my point about this gearbox. So if you don't tell people that it's a dual clutch transmission, most people who are driving this car probably wouldn't even know, because it is so smooth. Even pulling off from a standstill, you don't feel the classic jerkiness of a dual clutch gearbox. You feel like you're driving like a normal automatic car.
What's also important is that the transmission has been calibrated by Proton engineers, and I think that's something that we should be very proud of because they are Malaysians. That we just spoke to the engineers last night.
Yep.
They're all well born and raised Malaysians. So this is, you're gonna say, it's a China car. Actually, Actually, no. Like there are a lot of Malaysian inputs as well. They've calibrated the transmission to be suited for our climate, our driving conditions, and our driving behavior. In the sense that we crawl in traffic a lot, and Malaysians like to full throttle, off throttle, full throttle, off throttle, and on the highway sustain long distance driving.
Speaking of talking to the engineers, they actually said that this gearbox they've tuned it in such a way that it is all for smoothness and also for economy.
Yes.
And even how media drive, we like to test out the car, how the car performs and stuff like that. But even so, we still managed to get about 9.5 average fuel economy. That's easily achievable, and if you're driving more frugally, Proton's official figure is at 7.5 if I'm not mistaken.
Correct, 7.5 litres. That's a 13% reduction compared to the 6-speed automatic.
I guess that's the essence of this dual clutch gearbox. It's not for performance. It is for smoothness, everyday driving in the city. You're not driving an SUV to go on drag races and stuff like that. Yeah.
This is not the car to have if you want to go on drag races. Get the CX-5 Turbo.
There you have it.
That's crazy.
Right.
So Woon, we both are very familiar with Volkswagen's ESGs. And the horror stories that appear in forum around 2013, 2014. Those gearbox failures, mechatronic failures, clutch burnout. So I think Proton has done extensive tests, and I mean it's a very risky move for them to go to a dual clutch transmission, and they've done actually over 2 million kilometers of
and that is just locally in Malaysian roads. Globally, this gearbox, the same exact gearbox, has been used in multiple models of car throughout the entire Geely family.
Actually, over 600,000 units of cars is on the road with this gearbox.
And just on global testing itself, on different climates, different driving environments, Geely says that they've done 9 million kilometers combined. So really shouldn't be any issues with the reliability of this gearbox.
Yeah, and I think Geely is also very scared of introducing these kind of technology because I mean the DCTs have been known to wear prematurely in challenging driving conditions globally, everywhere, in China, in Europe, in Malaysia as well. So they want to reduce the risk of having that, and I'm sure you can log on to AutoBuzz.my. There's an article talking about this transmission. So I mean I didn't read that article, so go over
Right.
that.
Proton engineers have actually tuned the suspension setup of this CKD X70. So according to one of the engineers, what they've done is they tuned the dampers to be slightly firmer.
Yes.
So if you remember from the CBU unit, there's a bit of roll in the, especially when you're taking high speed, long sweeping bands.
You feel it in the back seat.
Yes,
quite
yes.
bad.
So in the old one, when you're taking faster bands, the back passengers tend to sway a lot, sometimes get thrown around. But in this new one, really, it's so much better.
What's even more impressive is that the effect is noticeable the moment you get into the car. The moment we set off from the drive, and all three of us were like, did they do something to the suspension?
That was the immediate reaction coming out from the parking lot from Proton COE. But at the same time, even though the suspension is firmer, I don't think that it actually costs the comfort of the car at all. In any case, it might just be exactly the same.
As comfortable as the...
You still plush over bumps, it soaks up the road undulations very well.
And remember, this is a 19-inch alloys with a premium X variant.
A side benefit, probably because of the tuned dampers, is steering of the X70 is actually, I feel that it's a bit improved. Do you think?
It's a bit sharper, it's a bit more responsive. You get a bit more feel from the steering wheel.
Yeah, it's more slightly, ever so slightly weightier.
You feel a bit more connected to the front wheels of the car. And that's the benefit, a side benefit of the stiffer dampers. And Proton said they did not do anything at all to the steering wheel.
If you blindfold me, I probably wouldn't tell that it's a locally built car. And in terms of quality, all of the materials, it feels the same. Build quality is about the same. I've been feeling the car throughout. I've been touching every part, looking at all of the seams, and it's all very high quality. So Proton hasn't actually announced any pricing information for this new model lineup, but let's just assume that all of the variants will be priced exactly the same as what we have with the CPU units. Will this be a car that you recommend to people to buy?
Oh, definitely. So Proton hasn't announced the pricing is because this drive takes place a few days prior to the official launch, so we don't have the pricing information. Like this CPU units, I highly recommend people that car because it's such a value for money car. It's a great product. It drives well. It suits 90% of the consumer needs. And now in the CKD version, everything has been made better.
Previously, the CPU, before driven in it, we already know that it's a high quality product, and it's not something we are used to seeing from Proton.
Correct.
It really blew a lot of our minds to see what Proton can achieve in a car. And now, being built by Proton themselves, they actually upped the game on almost every single aspect. So
the powertrain, the suspension, the features. I mean, you have ventilated seats.
Oh yeah, that's one thing that we didn't talk about.
I've been chilling my bum.
Yeah, so it's a new feature on the new premium variants. So premium variants, you get ventilated seats on the front passengers. So on long drives like this, no complaints, man. You won't be sweating from your bums anymore.
But I mean, the blowers are a little bit weak.
It is a premium.
Yeah, I feel it to be a little bit weak, but I mean, it's great to have. Not complaining at all.
Yeah.
Just merely an observation.
It's a bonus feature.
Bonus features, and also right, the premium variants you get a power boot. I think that for a lot of consumers is a very important feature because I've heard of potential buyers, aunties especially or ladies. The boot of the X70 is a bit challenging to open. It's a bit hard.
It's a bit heavy.
It's a bit heavy as well.
And when it's in the open position, it's a bit tall.
It's a bit tall. This is a tall car. So now with the powered boot and also the height adjustment, you can set the height from the buttons up there.
Yeah, no complaints.
No complaints.
So it's already a good car, made even better. So the value proposition is
just shot off the roof. Right?
Yes.
It just went 2 levels up.
So if you've been thinking about getting an X70, I don't think there's a better time than this.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot to Adrian for being in the video.
Good to be back.
He's as you know, the guru. Right. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Till next time.